Hi, everyone. Hi. I decided to give you guys a preview of something. I didn't want you guys to be bored, but welcome to my show. Let me just lay some things out here. We're just going to wait for more people to come in the room. I was actually expecting. Remember, this is a new software that I was working with. So forgive me for, whatever. It was a new software I'm working with. So forgive me. I'm still learning it. And I choose not to be twinkling with it when I don't need to. So forgive me for that. You was coloring in your coloring book? Andrew, how old are you? I should have asked. Hi Danielle, how you doing? You coloring your coloring book, girl? Should I be asking you how old you are? Are you talking about those adult coloring books? Is that what you're talking about? I'm assuming you're talking about those adult coloring books. Because I can understand those. I have a couple of those. I have one on my iPad that I use occasionally. So I'm assuming that's the one you're talking about, right? Yeah. So this is Fall of Diddy Part 2. The last live show should have brought you guys in here. Okay, so it was the adult coloring book. Okay, just want to make sure. I don't know. All right. So let's go ahead and get with the show because I have a lot to talk about here. Remember, my navigation system is to my left, but to your right. So you see me looking over there, reading your comments, and then to my right, but to your left. I hope I said that correctly. Is my slideshow. So I'll be going back and forth, back and forth. Okay. So just want to let you guys know that so you won't be saying, why she keep looking up here? And my camera is right up there. So I'll be looking right and left for you guys, and up and left and right from whatever. Okay. Well, that's good, Danielle. I'm glad you're doing okay. That's good. That's good. I didn't mean to replay the live show. I didn't even know I did that. So I'm going to delete that because that shouldn't have been replayed in the first place. So that will be getting deleted, which I'm currently doing right now because it shouldn't have got played in the first place. That was something that I did not want to get played. That was not needed at all. Not sure why that happened. All right, so let's move on here. Just want to say hello, my truth seekers. In this video, I will be talking about the documentary of Diddy. Yes. This banner here is too big. So how you guys been doing? Let's hide the banner. There we go. That's way too big. Okay. So how you guys been doing? You have? Oh, well, I'm touched. Thank you. I'm glad you've been watching for a long time. Wow. I'm going to actually show that comment because that really touched me. That's fantastic. I'm glad. Wow. Thank you so much. Okay. So, again, hello, my truth seekers. In this video, I will be talking about the documentary of Diddy. Yes, I finally watched it and I cried a few times. I sure did cry. I cried a few times because it was so. Oof. It was so touching. I mean, the man is a monster. Diddy is a monster. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Now, the reason I have the back blurred because I haven't really worked out. See, here's the thing. When I used to go live, I had a decent background, and it only showed, and I was able to crop. See, the last software, I was able to crop what I wanted to show, which is just me. But this one, it don't allow you to crop anything. So you have to see everything. And what I tried to do the green screen I had, but the green screen is not working. So it's just sitting back there collecting dust. I put the green screen thing, I just put, fake background. Didn't work out at all. Whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to trade around my room, my office actually, to put my bookshelf that I would love for you guys to see because it has my books, all that stuff on there, and I think that'd be a nice backdrop. I'm like, now I'm worrying about backdrops now. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put my bookshelf behind me because right now my coffee maker, my office refrigerator, all the little, seasoning, cream. I don't do cream. My coffee's always black, 2 sweeteners. I don't put cream in my coffee, but I have all of that back there. And I was like, that doesn't look like a decent backdrop. They don't need to see my hot sauce and my ranch seasoning. They don't need to see all that. So I'm gonna have to switch around, put my bookshelf behind me and just move my coffee maker and all that stuff over a little bit because apparently you guys are gonna be looking behind me and I need for it to look presentable. And right now it's not presentable. So that's why it's blurred. Don't worry. Tomorrow is Sunday, clean day. So I'm just going to be, doing a lot of cleaning and I'll go ahead and move all that stuff around. Don't worry about it. I'm going to move all that stuff around, have my daughter help me. And next live show, because congratulations, you guys. Woo! You guys agreed for the 5 days a week, although I'm not really getting paid for these shows. Just to be honest, I'm only doing this just to gain evidence, but I don't know. I'm not getting really paid for these shows. I'm really not. But hopefully that all changed. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying. Welcome to the Truth Show. I'm Keisha, your host, creator, navigator. I do not have a team behind me, helping me, all me, navigating, talking to you, all 9 yards. Me. Don't have it like that. Never had it like that at all. When I was going viral, celebrities were striking me and threatening me left and right in my emails and DMs. They couldn't legally sue me because everything was all alleged and I had the law on my side. But they damn sure blacklisted me and got my channel shut down several times. You guys know my story. Okay, this is a really good show, so I hope you guys share. Please share because I really have a lot of stuff to talk to you guys about. So please share this show because this is going to be a really good show. I actually prepared for this one. Yeah, I prepared this time, so I wasn't going to freestyle this one. So I hope you guys are ready. All right, so as I was saying, I cried a few times watching that documentary. Diddy is a psychopath, and it was crazy. Gosh, it was terrible. He was a monster. And what breaks my heart is that the people who are speaking out are the victims. So we have the victims who are speaking out, who are risking their lives. I mean, Lil Rod came out. He finally came. And I was like, oh my gosh, Lil Rod finally spoke out. I was so afraid of whatever, but he finally spoke out. So that was very brave of him. And why do I have 2 live shows here? Hold on. Which one? I have 2 live shows on my other show. Now I have to delete one. Yeah, I don't know which one's gonna be which, but I'm gonna hold on. What does this say? Part 2. Does it say part 2? No. Okay. This is the other channel. Let me delete that one. Okay. So yeah, Lil Rod came out. He looked good, and I was like, he is really risking himself. He's the one who was blunt, names have pictures. He had the most evidence. But remember, I said that he being mocked because they don't like the lawyer who's representing him. So I'm assuming the lawyer who's representing Lil Rod is not liked in the law community. I don't know anything about that stuff. There are favorites and stuff. If you don't have the decorum or whatever, it ain't like how you presented the case like a movie. I think that's beautiful so people can get a clear picture. But we talking about old school lawyers who's worried about old school teachers, and anyone who brings anything new to the forefront is automatically mocked. But remember, individuals that trends, followers are sheep. So maybe he'll set a new trend, a new standard. If you're going to present a case, let's present it like a case. So the witnesses and the juror or whoever can see. I was able to picture his case in my mind. I thought it was presented well, but then again, I'm a writer anyway, and I want to be a director, so I guess that's probably why I liked it. But I guess if you're an old school lawyer or old ass judge that's been on the bench for like 40 years, you probably think it's showmanship, and not to mention his race, so then that will fall. Man, whatever. They can go to hell. But anyway, so these victims were risking their lives and more, speaking the truth. Brought ample amount of evidence. But what's really puzzling me, and I'm trying not to get upset here, there were many celebrities who witnessed this and still haven't said anything. No celebrity, I'm talking about main celebrity, not has been or D person, whatever they call it, class D or whatever. I'm talking about a really prime A-listed celebrity have not came forward at all. They're all none of them are talking. How is that possible for none of them to be talking? And what's really crazy is that the risk of this man possibly, I hope he don't get free. I hope he don't go free. After what all of these victims endured and risked. I mean, because if they sit back knowing these victims are telling the truth, knowing they witnessed this, knowing they did this, knowing they saw this and all of this stuff, and they know it, they saw it, but they are not saying anything. And your silence could, I hope not, would set this monster free. That means you know better than him. Anyways, in other news, because we'll be talking about that a little later. In other news, there is friction between Elon Musk and Trump, and it's not looking good. Trump is still fuming that Musk didn't rig Wisconsin for him because he wanted Musk to rig Wisconsin. But I think Musk was like, I don't want to rig Wisconsin. How about we just do it, the old-fashioned way? I go ahead and promote, send some money down there and do it that. I don't want to risk rigging because the rigging is seriously being highly trending all over social media, and I want to risk doing that now because they are going to be looking for that now. You know what I'm saying? So I think Musk was looking, I don't want to rig the election now. And I think that, well, in Wisconsin anyway, and I think that kind of pissed Trump off. He's like, he probably was thinking, well, why not? Now look, Wisconsin is a blue state. I don't mean to be rude or anything. Wisconsin have always been a blue state. I know a lot of people stay in Wisconsin, and it has always been a blue state. He rigged Wisconsin. And I'm just telling you, I personally know Wisconsin, and he rigged Wisconsin. Just like California, is a blue state. So I don't know why people think that he won Wisconsin. He did not. Yeah, he getting scared. He's getting fucking scared. Yes, he is. Let me go ahead and put that up there. Exactly. He sure is, Indra. And exactly, Gene, absolutely freaking lutely. Oh, going back to Danielle, I forgot about your comment. You said you're making fish tacos. Girl. Oh, I love me some Mexican food. See, y'all, focus. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now, remember, Trump is still fuming because he didn't rig the election. Now, so here's the thing. Because he lost Wisconsin and other reasons, I'm sure. Okay. So Trump is purposely leaving Musk out of the meeting. So all the meetings, he purposely leaving him out, and he is seriously blatantly disrespecting Musk. I mean, just making fun of him in front of people. I mean, we'll talk about this a little later, but he has no respect for Musk anymore. I don't really care, honestly. But if I was going to Musk's mind frame, of whatever, thinking Trump is a god or whatever, I'll be like, dude, I had my people rig the election. I risked my freedom for you, man. I lost millions because of you. And now you're mocking me? And now you're leaving me out of meetings? After what I did, what Musk thought he was going to do? They was going to be cool and run off to the sunset or, ride with each other in golf carts and stuff and play golf and have lunch and brunch and sitting up in the Oval Office having coffee and tea and a beer. What the fuck Musk thought? Trump used everybody. There's only one person Trump cares about, and that is himself. He don't care about no one else, just himself. And that's a fact. You know what I mean? Yeah, he run in circles. Absolutely freaking Lily. Hi, Nat. Yeah, hit the like button. Let's go ahead and put that up there. Hit the like button. Now, you have to show you guys the trigger warnings. Here we go.
No, this is all alleged.
I really didn't have to put the trigger warning up here. I could have just used the videos that I already have up here for the trigger warning. I don't know why I didn't do that, but matter of fact, I should just do that anyway because it covers the whole screen. So let's do that. I told you I'm still learning this thing. Give me at least one more show. Yes. One more show, okay? Just one more. Let me quit. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and show this trigger warning. The trigger warnings. I know the deal. Here we go.
Please note that this is all alleged. I've never met any of these people. I've deeply researched all of my information.
Beautiful. And we got the trigger warning. Now I got to give that to you, babies.
This is a trigger warning. In this video, I may be talking about or showing sensitive material about some subjects or topics that may be disturbing or upsetting or may bring forth some troubling memories, as you read in the description or title. With that said, either end the video now or brace yourself. Aside from that, enjoy.
All right, fantastic, fantastic. I am really liking this software. This is nice. Very nice. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, moving right along here. Okay, now I'm about to school y'all today. I hope y'all ready for a really good show because I have some really good tea for you guys. I'm going to educate you guys tonight. Yeah. You guys are going to school. Well, kind of. I mean, some of this stuff you probably already know anyway. But the plane crash, the Hudson River plane crash, did y'all think I wasn't going to investigate that? Come on now, you know me. I investigate everything. Okay? So, of course, I was going to investigate it. Hello. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we now stand at the junction. Hi. The real Sabrina. Where you been, girl? You hear about that injury? Where have you been, girl? Seriously, we're gonna have a talk. Okay. Hey Tiff, how you doing? Okay, so we now stand at the junction of innovation, and I want to see some communicating with each other. Y'all have to just talk to me. Talk to each other. Y'all my truth seeker family. Get to know each other. So we now stand at the junction of innovation and governance, where two significant personalities, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, have come together in a distinctive and exciting way. Even though their partnership is just temporary, it has spurred discussions about how private industry influences public property. Okay. Now remember, the Department of Government, which is the Department of Government Efficiency, which is abbreviated DOG or Doggy or whatever names they come up with. I have heard so many, it's ridiculous, has benefited from the visionary entrepreneur of Elon Musk. Okay. Now, unwavering pursuit of efficiency, his attempts to reduce the federal spending demonstrate his dedication. This is what they are saying about Elon Musk. Like he's trying to demonstrate his dedication to the innovation in both technology and governance. You know what I'm saying? The difficulties in coordinating private sector creativity. I'm really talking, this is what they're saying verbatim. The difficulties coordinating private sector creativity with public sector objectives are brought to light by his recent conflicts with trade investor Peter freaking Navarro. And yes, we're going to talk about Peter Navarro because this is where all of these tariffs and all this bullshit has freaking started. Yes. So let's go ahead and just put it on out there. Now, in contrast, Musk's accomplishments have been acknowledged by President Trump. Like, he is the greatest. He got me this win. He really helped out in Florida with those machines. So Trump already went on air that Elon Musk rigged the election, but he's like, what the fuck y'all gonna do? He have said, I can stand in the middle of the street and shoot people and still nothing will happen to me. What you gonna do to me? Nothing. And it's been proven that nothing happened to this man. He's but 1 foot in the grave. So he literally has gotten away with everything. Let's go ahead and give Trump his crown. There it is. He has officially got away with everything with no repercussions. And he became president twice by rigging the election. And I made a video breaking that down and telling you guys how that happened. Okay. Now, so this is what they're saying. Musk's accomplishments have been acknowledged by President Trump, who has praised his efforts while recognizing his short-term nature of his position. So Trump is like, he's taking care of the DOGE temporarily. Okay. He's not going to be on there permanently. He's just working his magic to eliminate the debt. All these people who are doing whatever. He's making up stuff. I'm hearing through the grapevine that there's a lot of shady shit going on in DOGE. He's claiming to be eliminating and erasing all kinds of debt and dummy Social Security, but that's not really what he's doing. He's putting that out there, but that's not what he's doing. He's just putting that out there. There's some shady shit going on, and he's going to get busted. I don't know how long he feel he's going to get away with this stuff, but whatever. So anyway, he's saying this collaboration emphasizes, this is what they're saying, the collaboration emphasizes how crucial it is to close the divide between business and the government. They want to close that division in order to handle the intricate problems of our day. Now, do note, Trump don't talk this way. This is more than likely a reporter, a Trump supporter with some education that wrote this particular article, because I don't see him talking this way. This is too educated. Yeah, but let me just break it down for you, because I don't think y'all understand what the fuck I just said. Meaning Trump is getting ready to bag Musk. He don't need him anymore. You rigged the election. You couldn't rig Wisconsin, because so kiss my ass. Who are you? I'm the president. I'm the king of the world. You do what I say. So now you all must know that Trump and the rest of his naive, greedy, rich friends were listening to and following the instructions from, because I don't think you understand where this whole terror business came from. And it's after I found out where he got this idea from, we are fucked. We are screwed. We are super duper screwed. Just fucked. Take a look at these videos. She gonna tell you where this whole tariff idea came from. Just beware.
I know that this may be something that you remember, but just in case it's not, I'm just gonna put this back on the front page here just for a second. Because do you remember where Trump got the tariff thing from in the first place? Do you remember like when and why and how we started talking about tariffs in the first place? It was in his first campaign for president. Trump didn't really have any formal economic advisors. So he told his son-in-law, Jared, to find him an economic advisor. Trump reportedly gave Jared some vague ideas of what his thoughts were on economic issues. Something, make me look tough, China bad, something. Jared then decided to find his father-in-law a financial advisor for his presidential campaign by going on the Amazon.com website and starting to browse books. Not like reading the books, because you can't do that on the Amazon website. He was just looking at the covers, looking at the titles. And he found a book title that he thought was so cool. The title was Death by China. Oh my God, that's so cool. That's so awesome. And that apparently was it. Quote from Vanity Fair. Trump gave Jared a summary of his views and then asked him to do some research. Kushner simply went on Amazon, where he was struck by the title of one book, Death by China, co-authored by a man named Peter Navarro. Jared then cold called Navarro, a well-known trade deficit hawk who agreed to join the team as an economic advisor. Navarro was a major advocate for an aggressive pro-tariff policy. Where did Peter Navarro get his idea that tariffs would be a good policy for America? What was his backup for that conviction? Well, he did have backup from a real expert who he cited in at least a half dozen of his books, including the one that Jared found on Amazon that fateful day. In all of his books, Peter Navarro has cited an economics expert to justify his views. And the economics expert he cites is somebody named Ron Vera, V-A-R-A, Ron Vera. When Trump won the presidency and entered the White House, this Ron Vera started circulating a memo around Washington in support of Trump using tariffs in trade policy. According to the New York Times, the memo had been, quote, sent from an email address purportedly belonging to Ron Vera, At one point, Ron Vera wrote in the memo that Trump could, quote, ride the tariffs to victory. Problem is, Ron Vera doesn't exist. He never has. The economics expert that Peter Navarro has long cited to explain why he's so gung-ho on tariffs, this person, Ron Vera, is a made-up person. He is a fictional person.
Told you.
Peter Navarro invented Ron Vera as his expert source so he could quote this expert source over and over and over again in his crackpot books. Who is Ron Vera? Ron Vera is an anagram of Navarro, which is his last name. I mean, my name anagrams to Macho Waddler, but I don't see myself trying to talk you into doing what Macho Waddler wants, right? But that really is how the Trump administration crafted its tariff policy. That's where Trump came up with the tariff idea. Circulating a fake memo from a fake person with a fake email address in order to make it look like this was a serious issue being debated by real experts. That is the intellectual basis on which Donald Trump today wiped $6 trillion of wealth out of existence and crashed America's markets and brought America and the world to the brink of a self-inflicted, on-purpose, global Great Depression along the lines of what we had in 2008 and what the pandemic inflicted upon us in 2020. This time, the global disaster is Donald Trump's big brain.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what he did. Mm-hmm. That's what he did. Mm-hmm. Let that marinate a little bit because that means all of this drama, very unhinged. Let me go ahead and show that. Very unhinged. That means all of this drama that's been going on because he got a cockamamie freaking idea from this person who made it up. So now he is ruining the reputation and the partnership with our allies. Now they are saying, and I said this in my last live show, now they are saying that they do not want to do business with us because they are not going to go through this every 4 years. They don't want to go through this every 4 years. He's setting back decades of progress. Yes, impeachment, definitely. He's setting back just decades of progress because he's a freaking idiot. Let me go a little bit. There we go. I'm in the middle. Okay. Because he's a freaking idiot. Seriously? I heard this on the Don Lemon show, but I was like, I got to put that on my show too. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm not even done yet. Now, everyone loves designer stuff. I'm not a designer kind of person. I don't really care about designer items. I don't. I really don't. You know, I take that back. I do. But in terms of clothes, I don't. I really don't. If it looks good and it feels good, I'll wear it. I don't. And I'm not going to spend a whole heck of a lot of money on some clothes either. Nope. Not doing it. That's unless it's for a really special occasion and I have to look good, I probably will. But other than that, I'm not doing that. What the fuck for? I got money. What? Spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a dress I'm going to wear once and then going to sit in the closet and collect dust? Wish I could take my wedding dress back. But I ain't spend that much on it in the first place, so it's all good. And I could probably turn that sucker into a sundress or something, or evening gown, or who the hell knows, okay? Or just pass it down to my daughter because it's a chiffon dress and it's classic and all you gotta do is alter it. It's really timeless. Anyway, but get back what I was saying. Designer stuff, and I'm talking about the big designers. Now, some people love design. They're designer whores. They love the Gucci. They love the Louis Vuittons and the Chanels and all the other designers that I don't know about and don't freaking care about. They got to have designer because it shows their status. It shows that they got money because they're the shit. And then when they wear the Louis Vuitton shoes, which, by the way, I do like Louis Vuitton shoes. I don't own a pair, but I would love, that would probably, two things I would spend a lot of money on. Shoes and, that sums it up, shoes. I will probably spend some money on some shoes. Some heels and stuff, because I wear heels all the time. And Louis Vuitton heels are really nice. But that's about it. But label whores love designers. And they think when they're spending hundreds of dollars on the designers, they are getting special made stuff. It's coming from the factory, and this is their particular side of the factory, and the labels are authentic. No, they are not authentic. The designer people are ripoffs. You know what I'm saying? Most of them rip their stuff off from Africa. You know why people love Coach? Because it actually gravitates towards it. It attracts a lot of Negro and Black people. We can't help but to like it because it seems so African. That's why a lot of Black people, Negro people are attracted to Coach items and Louis Vuitton items because it was stolen from Africa. And you can tell. So a lot of Negro people and Black people are wearing it, even though it's not being profited for us. It's been profited toward a man who has a family history of owning slaves. But our people are wearing it like it's freaking armor. Something to be proud of. This man here who's from China is spilling all the beans.
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. But those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that. They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own factories and just do the repackaging and logo installing, something like that. That way, the bags will appear at their boutiques as made in Italy or made in France. You know, those sophisticated European countries, which make you feel mysterious, royal, and thus luxury. Now, close your eyes. Let's just do a little very easy experiment in your head, okay? Imagine that you have an Hermes bag, and suddenly the label on it changed from made in France into made in China, while everything else, like leathers, zippers, and hardware, remain the same. Do you suddenly feel that your bag is not as luxury as before? If you do, that means you have been misled and poisoned by the market campaign of those luxury brands for too long. Welcome to the real world. Now you see, those bags are made in China by our intelligent and diligent Chinese artisans. Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer and be a real person. Buy a bag from us, from our factory in China. See the real world for yourself.
Yep. I hate to break your heart. I mean, I know a lot of you love your designer items. I know. I know. But definitely, buy from the Black stores here. Yes. Definitely, yeah. Try to go to your people first. I tried to tell all of you guys. Yeah. So they are getting their stuff made cheap in China. Well, they're gonna lose money now because China said, "Y'all come get this shit. I'm not making my people make a damn thing for you anymore." Screw that. So they're telling their people to go ahead and just sell off your crap because we're not doing business with the United States. That's a lot of money for them losing, but they'll be all right. They got partnerships all over the world. They're good, and he knows this is not going to last that long. So you have designer things who are selling their items for like $600-700 and it's obscene amount of money when they are getting it made cheap down in China. Just cheap. So you are just paying for, and that's another thing, the material. And it's something my daughter brought up and I kind of knew, but she investigated it. The material of some of these bags are the same material as cheap tote bags that you can get from a department store. The same leather, The same animal. Is nothing special about it. It's not like it come from an animal who died of natural causes. No, it be the same leather, all of it. It just they paying for the brand, the name. The name costs $600, $700, $1,000. And rich people and designers know people are stupid. They know they're paid for it because it's the name. They want to be seen with this bag with this name on it, even though it's the same material. So you get a really rich bougie person say, "Oh my gosh, your cheap bag. Why did you carry it? Why do you carry it on the floor?" Bitch, I don't like calling girls bitches, but you know what? This calls for an exception. Because bitches were being called by our ancestors as slaves. Slave masters used to call our women, our sisters, bitches because they literally downgraded them as dogs and treated them as such. Bitch, get my shoe, bitch, or whatever. That's how they used to treat our women. That's where that name come from. That's why for so many years, the name bitch really pissed people off, women especially, and I still don't like it. But now it's been used loosely on movies as if it's a coat of armor or something along those lines. No. You know how many of our ancestors died and got humiliated and raped over that name, and you're using it loosely, you naive, stupid motherfuckers. It pisses me off. But I have to let it slide because I'm like, you know what? They're ignorant and they're only following the trend. Hollywood is nothing but a bunch of fucking sheep. Rich people with high status and money, but stupid. Yeah. So I got a little emotional with that. I start getting visions. You know what I mean? I get visions. Anyway, moving right along here. But so I forgot what I was talking about. But anyways, I forgot what was I talking about, you guys. I totally started getting visions after visions. It was coming at me like a freaking tornado. So what was I talking about? Who cares? Moving right along here. So yes, they were selling these bags for really expensive prices, even though the material is the same way. So you see a rich person, this is what I was talking about. Yeah. You see a rich person who's rich, think they're bougie, got their diamonds on. They probably aren't really the diamonds. They're just crystals that look like diamonds. If you see it, thank you. Thank you. You need to tell them, oh, so I'm okay. You calling me the stupid one, I don't know, trailer trash one? Really? Okay, let's do a little education for you, sweetheart. Your little Hermie bag or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Same material. The leather was made by the same cow. Actually, you can look it up on the internet. Come from the same factory. The only thing you're paying for is the name on that bag. So you just paid. I paid what, $40 for my bag. Had it for 5-10 years. You pay $600 for that bag, same material, but you pay $600 just for that name, just a plate that get placed on there by China factory workers. But who's stupid? I don't know. Thank you. So educate these rich, stupid fuckers with the truth and leave them speechless. Am I stupid for getting a decent bag for how much it's worth? Or are you stupid for paying for a name just so you can look good or your little stupid, materialistic, dumbass friends? I don't know. Make me understand. I'm just saying. So there it is. So these tariffs, you gotta understand. Here, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna tell you exactly what Trump is going to do when it comes to these tariffs. I'm gonna tell you exactly what he's gonna do, but let me move on here because we have a lot more show to go. Okay? A lot more show. Exactly, Tiff. Just to fit in with the certain crowd. Absolutely freaking lutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh yeah, and I go to the Goodwill too. Matter of fact, I need to go to Goodwill. Maybe I can go to Goodwill and get some nice little back pieces. What you think, you guys? Or should I get it from Temu? Whatever. I asked my daughter to help me. She's really good at doing that. Okay, so China. As you know, the U.S.-China trade war has escalated significantly in recent days. President Trump raised the tariffs on Chinese goods to about 145%, combining previous 125% tariff with additional levy. You know, here's the thing here. He's doing this because of what you just saw. I gave you education before I started talking about this. Remember, tariffs are just an increase in taxes. So if you used to pay $20 and plus taxes, probably like 21, 22. it's going to be probably double or triple that amount now. So something you paid $20 for, you're going to probably pay either $40 for or $50 for. And that's include the taxes. That's pretty much what it means. So it don't really affect the rich because they don't buy a lot of shit anyway. It affects us, working class people. Now, where the extra tax is supposed to go, it's supposed to go to our country, but conveniently, Trump net worth have literally tripled since this tariff war. I don't know. You make the call. Just saying. Where is this money going? So combining a previous 125% tariff with additional, levies or whatever, in response, China increased its tariff on U.S. imports to 125%. We get 80 to 90% of our goods from China. We had a beautiful relationship with China. It was a part of our NATO. Beautiful. For years and years and decades. Beautiful. China. Love you. Beautiful. They had their stores in there. We had a wonderful relationship with China. They may be racist down there, but business is business. Okay? He fucked that all up in a matter of months. So citing unilateral bullying and coercion. Yeah. So by the U.S. administration, these measures have strained trade relations between the world's two largest economies, with experts warning that such high tariffs could halt trade altogether, which means it can literally crash our economic system. And we can go into early depression, or they say recession, which happened back in 1929 leading to 1930s. Now, China, remember, China, they are not punks. They're not going to kiss Trump ass. He can go on somewhere with that crap. Not going to freaking happen. China don't kiss nobody ass. Not doing it. And you really don't, and I have to say this so many damn times, you don't want to piss off China. No one pisses off China. Do you see Israel trying to bomb China? Do you see Putin trying to bomb China? Do you see anyone fucking with China? No. They're not stupid. But you see a dumb idiot like freaking Trump thinking, oh, I'm the shit. Because apparently this rigged election has gone to his head. He think he earned it. He think people like him. No, it was rigged. You should be kissing Elon Musk feet, ass, booty crack, all of it, because he literally got you in the White House by any means necessary. I'm just going to point that out. If I was Elon Musk, I would go ahead and spill all the beans in your ass. The way you treat me right now, all this millions of fucking dollars I'm fucking losing. No way hell I'll still be allies with this son of a bitch. Now, China has also added several American companies to its unreliable entities list. Yes, they have an unreliable entities list now. This is what China has now. And we, unfortunately, after so many decades of beautiful partnership, are on that list. Barred from selling dual-use goods. So we're going broke. Yeah. A lot of homelessness. A lot of stores going to be closed, and we're only 4 months in. We still got 3.5 years to go. So President Trump has expressed a desire to negotiate. No, he wants China. He wants the China ruler to kiss his ass. Not going to happen. No. This is a well-educated man who probably learned how to lead since he was knee-high to a grasshopper, okay? This is not some rich guy like Trump who just spent in popularity his way to the fucking White House by a dumb bunch of stupid, racist, Caucasian people. No, he actually earned his position because he probably more than likely went to school for politics, army, probably, who the fuck knows? Okay, China is really egregious down there. They follow everything to the letter. Gotta learn how to fight. Gotta learn how to negotiate finances and deals. And you gotta learn all that crap down there. It's not a popularity contest. Well, okay, it is slightly a popularity contest. Let me take that back. But you still gotta know your shit. So meanwhile, President Trump has expressed a desire to negotiate a deal, but insists that China must stop ripping off the U.S. economy. I explained this in my last live show. Go look at it again. That's not happening. I don't know who's telling him these lies. Oh, Peter Navarro, I forgot. The U.S. economy. The situation remains tense with financial markets reacting negatively to the escalating tariffs. Now, let me explain something to you guys. Okay. Now, you see, the escalating U.S.-China tariff situation is one of the most critical global trade issues right now. if you're interested in understanding this economic impact, pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay, here are the key points to consider when it comes to this factor. Pay attention to what I'm saying. It effect on consumers. You see, higher tariffs, and I just pretty much said this if you were listening to me, higher tariffs on goods from both sides lead to increased prices for everyday products. This also puts a strain on household budgets, and essential items might cost more. So things that we probably get, like I said, for a cheaper price, we're going to be spending triple the amount. It affects everyday workers. The middle class would definitely suffer. The third class will go broke and homeless. So the homelessness level will go higher. But you have Trumpler fucks, thanks to my guy, Rational Boomer, start with that phrase, Trumpler fucks who are obsessed and in the cult and live and breathe Trump, who so happen to control our social media and our news teams, will put out the opposite and say Trump thing is really doing something. We're going to negotiate. They've been stealing from us for decades. I'm sick of this. Them sounding like this make me think that they are dumb. Do you even know what the real details of our partnership with these people? Do you really think we just buying goods from China and not getting anything out of it? Do you even know what it means to buy goods? Have you ever been to Costco? Have you ever owned something and had it made somewhere else? Just curious. Because technically, we own the items that they're making. So what does that mean? They get a percentage, but we get the most percentage. So we got a deal where they make our items that we fucking own. Yeah. It was made in China, not from China. It was made in China. So we are getting the commission for those items. They just made it. Do you know what that means? You dumb fucker. So you think they're just getting all this money? No. I don't know how many times I gotta fucking tell you. China is not that big. They don't have a lot of responsibility. So therefore, they can do what they want. It's like a California or some fucking place. So stop comparing. No, we are one of the richest places in the world, which is why everybody trying to come over here and trying to steal our shit. Stop. Just shut up, you rich dummies. Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. So, yeah, so it would definitely fuck up our budget. The impact on business. Companies reliant on imports or exports face challenges with higher costs or reduced demand. Some may even shift their supply chains to avoid tariffs, which means they probably go with somewhere else like India or whatever to get their shit made. Yeah. Which potentially affecting jobs in both countries. So China is more than likely to lose money too, because we was one of their biggest consumers. They're losing money. They may have deals everywhere. We was one of their biggest consumers, and they were part of NATO, which means if anything jump off in terms of military, they can help us out. You think they're going to help us out now because thanks to Trump and his Project 2025, more than likely was orchestrated probably by Putin people. Our airline is fucked. Okay, our military is getting depleted and becoming whitewashed. What happened the last time a bunch of Caucasians tried to fight war? We were losing. It took the slaves to go in to save the day, and here it is, we're free. Okay, so not trying to say we're better, but I'm saying we work well together. Just that's all I'm saying. It's no tit for tat. We work well together. So I don't know what he's expecting to accomplish from this. He needs to learn what he's doing instead of listening to hearsay. Now, it will have a ripple effect. Okay, as two of the largest economies, any conflict between the U.S. and China impacts other nations, which means, because we understand, U.S. and China were the hub of the world. China was literally the manufacturer of the world, and we were the envy of the world because we had partnerships with everybody. You know, everybody, we partnership with this, partnership with this, partnership with that. So we have all these partnerships with all of these different people around the country. Now, the two biggest idolizing countries are fighting. So now they're like, should I side with the US or should I stay with China? I don't know. It's like a marriage being broken up. And it's only April. We're just in April. He undid decades of progress in April. I'm not a politician, but I have to buy stuff and this affects my pockets too. I'm already going through some financial shit here. Not going through Earth, but you know what I'm saying. Emergent, and I feel, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like the stupidest person in the world who's being hacked but still making live shows. And my daughter, she was just in here. I said, I guess I kind of feel like Trump being stupid because I'm making these shows, but I'm not getting paid for it. And the hacker is bringing everything and probably more than likely, they are manipulating my money. Gave proof to so many elected officials. None of them are helping me. So I feel stupid even doing this live show. Trying not to cry because I'm not getting paid for it. So I guess I would be stupid. But my intentions are not to hurt people. It's to educate people. Big fucking difference because so I can go to bed at night not feeling like I fucked so many people. You know, I could look myself in the mirror. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. My morality and my integrity is still intact, although my heart is breaking and my pockets is flat. So emerging economies in particular may experience slower growth due to the decreased trade opportunities. So economies that are emerging have to slow down now because this trading is fucking up their partnership as well. So now their goods and their whole connection is going to be fucked up now because US and China are not together anymore. US and China were the branch for other places around the world. We were like the tree, the trunk, whatever. And now it's separating, and it happened in a matter of months. So their goods will be decreased as well. Now, tariffs are often as tools to gain leverage in trade negotiations. However, prolonged disputes can harm economic stability and investor confidence. So the longest he prolongs that shit, the worse off we're going to be. Which means there will not be any progress. And the broker we're going to become. Trump, I believe, he probably allegedly taking these tariff money or whatever taxes and putting it in his fucking pocket. Taking it and put it overseas or some shit. Or sending it to Putin to help with that damn war that he needs to stop and get a peace treaty because it's freaking pointless. I mean, dude, just give it up already. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with this. I'm going to tell you exactly what Trump is going to do. Okay? Now, here's what's going to happen. Yeah, I know he was talking about money being wasted. Yeah, I know. Now, here's what's going to happen. Trump will be forced to end the tariff war with China by his peers, but he would not admit that. He would say, oh, that he's pausing it, or they came to an agreement, or China begged him, or whatever explanation they would make him look good. Okay? Seriously. Just a mess. It won't be the truth, but we all know Trump is a compulsive liar. So he said they came to an agreement, yada, yada, and China was like, I'm not going to even respond to that with a response because if I do, if he don't like it, he's going to renege on the agreement, and then we'll be right back where we started. Because Trump, he's so flaky and he's triggerish. You can say one thing and he just go off the deep end. No one wants to do. You can't be a businessman if you that sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he definitely needs that. Yeah. Definitely needs that. Now, let's move on here. Because you know I can talk about politics all day. Y'all know me. That's my baby. That's my baby. Girl, no. Chinese people do not play. They do not play. They are not trying to hear that shit. No. My nails don't look the best. I did my nails myself, and they're not looking good. I tried. Anyway, I do my nails myself anyway. The fake nails, I don't go to the shop anymore. I just do them myself. I just put fake nails on there. like you get from Amazon or from the hair store or something. Yeah, that's all. $7. That's all it takes. Almost, I used to go get my nails done, $20, $30 to get my nails done, $50. I'm like, why am I doing that? I don't even want on. I've been there, done that, and I don't want them on that long. I want to take them off, from, and then maybe put them back on and need it. And I like that fact. I only put them on when I'm doing a tarot reading. Okay, so get back to what I'm saying. We're gonna talk about. Oh, you just do Pink Friday nails? Oh, okay. I'm about to do pink too. I did it this color because I saw a celebrity or something. Because I was trying to figure out how. This is just a little, CP time. We just talking right now, and I was talking with my daughter and my husband. Actually, he don't really care about my nails. He care about my toe. Actually, I take that back. He do care about my nails and toes. Anyway, so and I was trying to figure out because I bought this gel kit. Okay, let me show you a little bit. Like this. See that? See, yeah. I bought that, and it came. I got it from Amazon, and it came in this huge container. Okay, it had the light. It had the light. All that. It's a gel kit. A lot of colors too. A lot of colors and all that. And I was trying to figure out what color I should paint my toes and what color I paint my nails. And I was like, maybe I could use the light colors on my toes and the dark color on my nails. So I did. I painted my nails dark and then I painted my toes light. But that didn't work out so well because I am high yellow as hell. My feet are not, they're yellow. So the pink nail polish I currently have on my toes, you can't really see them because my feet are white. See, I use tint. It's dark in my office, so you guys can't see how light I am, but I'm pretty light skinned. As you can see in my arms, that's what color my face is. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to put the dark color on my toenails and put the light color on my nails. And I looked at a celebrity who was on a cooking show, and of course Meghan Markle, and she had light colors that I put away on her nails. I was like, those look really elegant, sophisticated, demure. I was like, okay, great. Light color nail polish do look good right on my nails. Sorry, I went off the deep end. I just had to say that. So that's how I came up with this color here. Definitely. Okay. Sorry. Move right along. Get back to the story because I don't want to be on live that long. Okay. You guys heard about the Hudson River helicopter crash. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Now, Hudson River helicopter crash has sparked several theories, and as investigators work to uncover the cause of this tragic event. Now, here are some possibilities being explored. Now, these are the theories that's been floated around there, or what may have been happening, or may have happened with this helicopter crash. Okay. They're saying it was aviation experts. Aviation experts have suggested that a catastrophic mechanical failure might have occurred. One theory involves that Jesus nuts, whatever that is, a critical component that secures the rotor blade to the helicopter mast, on the front there, the helicopter mast. If this part was faulty or missing, it could have led to the rotor just flapping off and detaching itself. But prior to helicopters or planes being prepared to take off, all of these things are checked. They are always checked. That's unless the person who checked it, messed it up before he went up there. Probably rigged it. Who the fuck knows? I'll be seriously investigating this. Or they're saying it could be an erratic joystick movement, which is another theory, points to sudden back and forth movements of the joystick, which might have caused the tail rotors to malfunction or detach. Joystick, what you use to steer the plane or whatever the case may be to navigate the plane. They're saying it may have been, glitchy, which caused it to say, flap off. He didn't say that when he was calling in, but we'll get to that later. Then another theory said it may have been a bird strike. Investigators are also, there was no fucking birds up there. Investigators are also considering the possibility of a bird strike near the crash site. I mean, like a whole bunch of birds. They could have disrupted a helicopter's flight and whatever. Here's another theory. They're saying fuel shortage. Reports indicate that the helicopter was low on fuel before the crash, raising questions about whether the contributed to the incident. Like it may have contributed to the incident because there was low fuel, which that is true. That part is true. But it had nothing to do with the helicopter blade in front flapping off. When all of these things are checked prior to him taking off, I would question who checked these mechanics. Like, did you rig this plane on purpose, you genocided fuck? I would definitely investigate this. Here's another theory. Mass bumping. The phenomenon occurs when the rotor blade tilts too far down, striking the helicopter and potentially cutting off its tail. Some experts believe that this may have been a factor. Which means the motor blade was just tilted a little bit, and then it struck the helicopter, and it said, they're just making up shit now. This is really stupid. Whatever. Anyway. Now, as you understand, the crash claimed the lives of 6 people, including the Siemens executive Augustin Escobar, his family, and the pilot, who was a Navy SEAL. So he wasn't some amateur. He said, I like to fly. Fly, fly, fly. No, he was a Navy SEAL. He knew how to fly. He wasn't born. He wasn't stupid. He wasn't born yesterday. This is a professional. Yeah. He was a former Navy SEAL. He knew what the fuck he was doing. Isn't this the second Navy SEAL who so happened to, get killed in this plane, in a helicopter or a plane crash? Didn't Washington, D.C., one of them was a Navy SEAL or something like that, or Army or some shit like that? We'll get into that a little later. I'm talking about that too. Okay, so you see, it gets deeper. This may have been another deliberate decision to, now here's the theories. This may have been another deliberate decision to take out the CEO. You see, Escobar was a leader in rail infrastructure and the mobility solutions of the Siemens, focusing on transportation and energy sectors. But get this, it seemed that Escobar may have been in some legal battle, and we're going to be talking about that as well. So he may have been targeted. That's just a theory, and this is all alleged. I already gave you the warning, but here, take a listen to these theories.
Here's what we know about the Hudson helicopter crash as of Friday, 6 a.m. Eastern Time. Witnesses say the helicopter appeared to break apart mid-air before plunging into New York City's Hudson River in a, quote, loud crash that killed all 6 people on board. Mayor Eric Adams confirmed the fatalities Thursday. Divers pulled 4 bodies from the river. 2 victims were initially alive, but later died at the hospital. The victims were identified as a Spanish family of 5 and the pilot. Among them were Siemens executive Augustin Escobar, his wife Merce Camprubi Montal, a global energy tech manager, and their 3 children, according to the AP. No air traffic control was in place during the crash, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said, as the chopper was flying through a special flight rules area where standard flight regulations may not apply. A pilot and meteorologist cited mechanical failure as the cause, disputing early speculation that weather played a role. President Donald Trump offered condolences, and the National Transportation Safety Board is investigating. This is an ongoing investigation. Follow Brute for more updates.
Oh, yeah, and I got more for you.
Tragedy struck the Hudson River when a sightseeing helicopter crashed, killing all 6 people on board, including the pilot, 36-year-old Sean Johnson. Johnson was a Navy SEAL veteran who once served as a gunner's mate. After his military career, he worked as a celebrity bodyguard and had experience in television before pursuing a new dream, commercial aviation. He had recently moved to New York to start flying professionally, but just 17 minutes after takeoff, his helicopter went down in the Hudson, killing Johnson and a visiting family of 5 from Spain. Officials say the aircraft appeared to split midair before plunging into the water. The chopper had radioed in for a fuel landing, but never made it. Now, federal investigators are piecing together what went wrong, as loved ones and colleagues mourn the loss of a man remembered for his resilience, humility, and service.
Yep. May they all rest in peace. Now, here are my theories, or the theories.
So you're telling me a whole tech executive, his wife, his 3 kids, all unalive in this helicopter because the pilot decided to take off and didn't have any fuel? They said the pilot said that they were running out of fuel. Come on now. How did that even happen? Something's not adding up. The guy who was unalived on this helicopter wasn't just a random guy, y'all. His name was Augustine Escobar. He was the CEO of Siemens Spain. That's a major international tech company. It's crazy. They had just landed in New York from Barcelona that morning, and later on in the day was unalived from a helicopter. I feel my ass. How do you fly a whole tourist helicopter over the Hudson River and not know that you were out of fuel? Make it make sense, y'all. Please, make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense.
They didn't have no emergency route. They didn't have no emergency landing. They don't check shit like that before they even take off. Now, here's the kicker. The people who were eyewitness that said they seen the whole thing said that the helicopter just broke into pieces in midair, y'all. They said they heard like a sonic boom. That don't sound like a crash to me. That sounds like something hit it or something malfunctioned. Like, how did that even happen? Now, I know helicopters, planes, anything can malfunction, but not out the random. That's why you got routine inspections. So if this thing was at the point of just crumbling like that in midair, how was it even eligible to take off? How was it even eligible for people to get on that jump? So that's not making sense to me, y'all. I'm not saying it's a setup. I'm just saying powerful people seem to disappear or get caught up in situations like this a lot. The history goes deep. Somebody knows something, or I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. This shit crazy.
Yeah, let me know in the comments of your interpretation of this. Yeah, he is right. This is not looking good to me. But I'm not done yet, because there may have been some behind the scenes theory, but it's messed up because, you know, now we are dealing with families. So this man's entire family got annihilated because you didn't like him, or y'all didn't like the business. Pretty much, yeah. Y'all didn't like the business that was protected. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever stupid temporary feelings. Why would you want to make a permanent outcome from a temporary situation or feeling? I always tell people that. Creating a permanent outcome for something temporary. Like he said, make it make sense. How you doing, my Aquarius twin? I see you, girl. I see you. But I got some more videos for you. Oops, sorry, I went back. Sorry. Here we go.
Y'all know who was on that helicopter yesterday that crashed into the Hudson River?
Different perspective.
Let's just say I went down that rabbit hole, and this shit does not seem like an accident. And let me start off by saying this is another big-time CEO that lost his life. Matter of fact, look at this shit. Y'all see his name up there? Augustin Escobar,
Mm-hmm.
a Siemens executive. You see what it says right there? Look at that. Look right there. Siemens CEO. Do you know what type of information that man had? Do you know how big that man was? What I will say is this, because you can't say too much on this app. That helicopter that they rode in, let's just say that those helicopters are serviced daily. Tourists ride in those helicopters on a regular basis. So you tell me, this helicopter gets in the air, reports that they're low on gas and that they'll be coming back, doesn't make it back. While in the air, the helicopter just breaks into pieces. I want you to, with the same mind, tell me that that made sense to you. First and foremost, how did the helicopter break into pieces? If you've seen the video, you've seen the helicopter fall, you've seen the wing up here, you've seen the back of the helicopter off. What happened to that helicopter in the air? And the most important question, who was flying the helicopter? Yeah, okay. Pay attention.
Oh, it's more, ladies and gentlemen. It's more. Tell me your theories in the comment section.
3 facts prove that the crash of the sightseeing helicopter in the Hudson River in New York was not an accident. A sightseeing helicopter suddenly crashed into the Hudson River in New York. In total, 3 adults and 3 children were killed. However, this disaster was not an accident. First of all, these passengers were posing in various ways for photos on the helicopter helipad and inside the cabin before boarding, showing no concern for their own safety at all. Secondly, the weather they chose was rather bad. Not only was the sky cloudy and the wind speed relatively high, but it had also rained the day before, making the weather extremely poor. Finally, before the helicopter crashed, some people said that they had heard a sound like a sonic boom. This indicates that the speed of the helicopter had reached an extremely high level, which the helicopter could hardly withstand. This also led to the helicopter stalling and caused it to split into 2 halves directly in the air.
Oh, I got more for you, ladies and gentlemen. You know me, I'm going deep.
I just found something really odd about the helicopter crash that happened in New York. Again, if you're not familiar with the story, there were 6 people on board. The pilot, 3 kids and their parents, Augustin Escobar and his wife, and they both held high positions at a company called Siemens, but we'll get to that in a second. They had just landed in New York City that day, so they wanted to take a tour of the city, so they decided to go on a helicopter tour. Now, just 15 minutes into the ride, the pilot called in and says he needs to refuel, which to me is a little odd. I mean, I don't know much about helicopters or the tours in itself, but 15 minutes in, whatever. It was only supposed to take 3 minutes for them to land, but they never did. The helicopter came apart. The propeller just came flying down into the water. To me, that's the strangest part of it all. How does a propeller just fly off? When the reporters asked the CEO of the tour company about the helicopter's maintenance, he said that's something my director of maintenance handles. The director of maintenance declined to comment, and maintenance records are not publicly available, and the NTSB restricts what companies can disclose during an active investigation, so fair enough. Back to the husband and wife who passed away during the crash, Lord rest their souls. The husband, Augustin Escobar, was the president and CEO of rail infrastructure at Siemens Mobility. His wife was the global commercialization manager at Siemens Energy. This is a massive company, and coincidentally, they're currently in a legal battle with VMware, now owned by Broadcom. Broadcom filed a lawsuit against Siemens on March 21st, 2025, recently, accusing them of using unlicensed VMware software. Both companies have refused to comment on the case. Now, I'm not saying there was any foul play because we're talking about people's lives here, but there's a lot of just weird things that happened during this, and I'm curious to know what you guys think about it.
Yep. What'd you say? I believe they used some kind of weapon. Sonic boom. Sounds like frequency of a speed of sounding like. Probably, because everyone did hear a boom. You know what I'm saying? Everyone heard some kind of boom, some kind of explosion or something. And they just thought it was just a helicopter blade, but it was like, that may have happened. Question is, why? So this man was attacked because of a business relationship that he had with whoever he was in a business relationship, so they decided to shoot his entire fucking family. That is ridiculous. That is beyond sick. But you know what's really crazy about all of this sickness? Well, here's what's really crazy. Because I don't think you understand what's been going on this year. And we're only in fucking April. Barely in April. Just getting to the mid of April. Let me go back. Hold on. Wait a minute. Went back too far. Where is that slideshow? Hold up. I'm missing the slideshow. Hold on a minute. Here it is. That's what happens when you navigate things yourself. Okay, so here's the thing I need you guys to understand. Please note that since Trump has been president, there have been 5 plane helicopter crashes. This is not an over-exaggeration. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not embellishing anything. And you know me, if I'm wrong, I will put it either in the comment section or I'll put it on my community, letting you guys know that I was wrong about something. I would tell you. Even though the community chat on my page now is called Post, is it like on everybody else's channel? Can y'all let me know? Because I feel that's only on mine. Do they call the community chat Post now? That's weird. I wonder if they did that to me on purpose. So please note that since Trump has been president, there have been 5 plane/helicopter crashes. Of course, there was the Hudson River helicopter crash. Okay. On April 10th, this is literally 2 days ago, April 10th, 2025, a sightseeing helicopter tragically crashed into the Hudson River, claiming 6 lives. Okay. And then there's the mid-air collision in Washington, D.C. on January of 2025. Remember that? That was shortly after he fired all those people, saying they need to cut back. They're only trying to snip away to go along with that Project 2025 budget bullshit. Whoever needs to be created needs to be hunted by demons and jinns for the rest of their life. He unleashed the demons to the contributors of Project 2025. And I'm not playing. So it was the mid-air collision in Washington, D.C. in January. A commercial passenger jet collided with the U.S. Army helicopter, resulting in 67 fatalities. That was just literally after they fired all of those people from the airline. Oh, I'm not done yet. And then there was a small plane crash in Boca Raton, Florida. In April, this month, a small plane crash near a major interstate highway, killing 3 people. That's that. I'm still not done yet. Nope. Then there was a mid-air collision in Arizona. Oh, right here, I'm sorry. Arizona. In February of 2025, 2 small planes collided. Okay, near an airport, leading in 2 deaths. It was only 2 deaths, but you get what I'm saying. No, they should not. It's sad. Leading to 2 deaths. A commuter plane, and then I'm not done yet. Then it was a commuter plane crash in Alaska. February 2025 in Alaska, killing 10 people on board. This is this right here. Yeah. All these plane crashes happened after he fired all those people this year. So if we wish to, get hit by anyone, our grid would be fucked. Our airline cabinet is screwed. The military is all over the fucking place. He's talking about he's trying to not initial, but he's trying to initiate martial law back. I mean, they saying, I was going to say back in the day they used to do that, but I'm not going to go down that whole story. But he's trying to initiate that on April 20th, trying to initiate martial law. That way he can be president until the catastrophic events stop, which he can continue on if he wants to, which is actually in Project 2025. Initiate some kind of war or some dire straits or something catastrophic that jeopardize the American people. And considering Trump is following Project 2025 to the T, he infiltrated the airline academy, as you can see. He fired a whole bunch of prominent people. The federal courts, most of them have been fired. So that's all catastrophic and chaotic now. So you don't have intelligent people who have seniority and knowledge that can resolve a chaos of that magnitude that will initiate or need martial law, because he fired all of them. Actually, it's part of Project 2025. So he fired them. So that's check 2. Okay, Airline Academy, federal government, perfect. Education, yeah, perfect. What else? Weapons. Oh, he sold a lot of our big conglomerate weapons. He actually sold them piece by piece. I actually talked about that in one of my live shows, if anyone paid the fuck attention, but the hacker probably makes sure that don't happen. So our weapon is fucked. Israel don't like Trump, so good luck with that. So let's see here. He fucked up our connection with Ukraine, who was going to offer us more military. And he actually fucked up the connection we have with China, who's part of NATO, who has one of the most egregious military than anybody in the world. China's not going to help us now, so that's fucked too. Okay, so check. Now, the coup gras of the plan. Let's cause something. We tried to get them to march. That way we can bring out the dogs. We can start causing chaos and havoc. They didn't march. Shit. We got to ignite them somehow. Should we do another George Floyd? But who can we use? And I have a gut feeling who they're going to use. And I'm praying to the gods and goddesses that protect this family with every fiber of their being. But I got a gut feeling of what he's going to do. And he pretty much initiated that with the switch of his pictures in the White House. He switched Obama picture with his. That was a warning. He want us to get pissed. That way we can go in the streets and march. That will initiate martial law. And in doing martial law, there could be no election. Yep. Elon Musk is a fucking idiot. Oh, gosh. So that was 5 plane crashes that occurred, and we're only in April. We're only in fucking April. Let's move on here. I'm tired of talking about this because we need to wrap this up. All right, celeb gossip. I finally watched The Fall of Diddy. I'm going to go real quick with this because every time I talk about these people, shit happened to my channel. So, yeah. Yeah, I remember Kobe Bryant. I remember. Yeah. Now, I know I'm late about this, watching The Fall of Diddy on Max, but whatever. I have a life. Now, the downfall of Diddy. Now, after crying 3 times and then thinking back to the comment section on TMZ posts of bots that conveniently start popping up during the fight between Jay-Z and Tony Busby, saying free Diddy, and you have other sheep follow along with the free Diddy campaign. Now, remember, these are bots. Some of them are not bots. Some of them are actual people. There are actually delusional people who think this is a propaganda against Diddy, despite the evidence. This is not a surviving R. Kelly bullshit. No, this is something way fucking bigger. Celebrities know this is true. So you have this little campaign, Free Diddy, despite the conglomerate of evidence of celebrities, some celebrities who have guts, who are not wimps like some other dumbass celebrities, they actually came forward and said, yeah, this is true. And not to mention, we all heard this stuff through the grapevine. But you have people campaigning and saying, Free Diddy. What the fuck is going on here? So now because of this stupidity and ignorance, Diddy, a madman who made hip-hop behind the scenes experience a fucking nightmare, causing people to do drugs and drop out of the music business altogether and just do acting because they were too traumatized or end up dead, killing themselves or something because he made it a fucking nightmare. He made it a nightmare. They're hoping this madman gets set free. His kids are beyond delusional, especially Kim Porter kids. I mean, these kids are, I feel sorry for these poor children. They got to be the most naive children on the face of this fucking earth to think that their father is a saint. Please, after hearing what he did to my mom and all these other people, I would disown him as my father. Fuck that. But whatever. So I'm hoping this madman stay locked up. But I don't know what happened now because you have Jay-Z and his demon companion, Alex Ferrero, who literally underhandedly helping him. I mean, after watching that documentary of these brave victims risking everything for the truth, but you know what I didn't see? I didn't see any big-time celebrities who I know were at these parties because you saw them in the pictures. They are the ones who are afraid of losing their fame or money or life, thanks to Jay-Z and his demon puppet Alex Ferrero underhandedly helping Diddy to make sure these big-time celebrities remain quiet. I know Jay-Z little coons and Jay-Z little puppet fans are going to say, no, he will not do this because he's the guy, he's the king, he's the most businessman. He ain't thinking about Diddy. He's good. He's a good man. Are we talking about the same Jay-Z? Just saying. A leopard never loses his spots. He just learned to cover it up better. Okay? So remember, it's a reason why Jay-Z loves to stay in New York. Watch, I'm talking about Jay-Z. My husband comes back up. He's going to come back up here probably. It's a reason why Jay-Z loves to stay in New York more than anywhere. It's not because he's from there. It's because while Diddy is in jail, Jay-Z has to make sure the underground business of alleged trafficking doesn't get exposed. And I'm risking myself with my channel already fucked anyway, so who gives a damn? So, yeah, he's guilty. You know, I have to tell this, and I've been pondering and debating if I want to tell this to you guys. It's been in my mind for years, and it's coming up a lot more now. I'm going to tell you this. And I'm risking everything, and I'm going to signing off after I say this. I'm going to say this. Okay? Hold on. Let me just... Okay. I'm going to say this. This was maybe like 3 to 5 years ago. Whereas I received a private message from, I don't know, someone. Now, you understand. This is when I was in my prime. When I was in 3-digit K, and I was just, every video I did was just viral. This is during my prime when I did a live show, and it was just crazy people trying to get on my live shows. Now, it was this lady who claimed that she allegedly ran away from a kidnapper who was working for someone named Jay. She said they called him Jay. Now, this is before the Jeffrey Epstein business went global. He was still doing his thing in private, okay? And I didn't know too much about Jeffrey Epstein. I may have heard his name in passing, reading, news articles or whatever, but I didn't know who he was. Now, at the time, I was receiving several emails and DMs about celebrities and threats from celebrities too in the comment section. Oh, yeah. Strikes from, I got several strikes from Wendy Williams' staff. Yeah. And I'm still rooting for my girl, even though she was the reason why my channel got shut down one of those 5 times. But whatever. So I got plenty celebrities, fans, whatever, their PR team, whoever does their social media, DMing me about celebrities or whatever. And some of them were true, but a lot of their stories they were telling me was made up. It didn't sound correct. At least I thought it wasn't. So I didn't pay a lot of attention to a lot of things. And I don't remember what I said to her, but she got upset and she proceeded to curse me out for not listening to her. She was like, "You think I'm lying? You're not even listening to me. I thought you was trying to help people, advocate people, paraphrasing, but you're not even listening to me. I'm trying to tell you the truth. You know, forget it. Forget it." Like, she felt embarrassed to even talk to me because I wasn't listening. And I'm like, okay, well, damn. You know? And I was listening, but at the time I didn't really believe her story because far as that was shortly during the Illuminati thing that I thought Jay-Z was doing Illuminati, and I learned that Illuminati don't recruit brothers, Negro people. So the Illuminati puppets, they're not in the elite, they're just the puppets of the elite. I didn't understand it that well. I was just following the crowd, which I would never do again. But that was during my Christian days where I was always susceptible for brainwashing. Once you're under that spell, you're susceptible to be manipulated in the mind. And once you become free of that spell, you're able to think clearly. And I'll speak from personal experience. So I didn't really listen to her very much. And I thought he was a cheating sack of shit, but I didn't think he was a trafficker. You know, I didn't think any of that magnitude, you know. But years after learning about Jeffrey Epstein and learning that no one has called Jeffrey Epstein Jay. Why? I mean, if anything, they called him Jeff, not Jay. Okay. I emailed her again and I asked if she was talking about Epstein, just to make sure. She said no, and said these were black dudes and they were wearing street clothes. And they said they were working for Jay, who she heard one of them on the phone talking to somebody named Jay. I even heard my husband say he has to speak to Jay. Yeah. Said talk to someone named Jay. Now get this. She said it sounded like Jay-Z. Now I got a lot of stories around the time about whatever he was doing. I didn't listen to a lot of it. You know, I probably still got the emails. I don't know. At the time, I didn't know the extent of Jay-Z's criminal behavior. I was also getting several stories about him and Beyonce. I got several stories about her doing witchcraft and her sacrificing this and her going to Haiti to hire these witches and stuff, putting spells on people, her learn how to do rituals on stage with her effects and stuff and whatever she was doing. Like, she was really heavy into that. And I think they said Diddy got into it too. And they recruited Jay-Z into it. A lot of other celebrities, and Jennifer Lopez, she was doing it. They get these Haiti witches and stuff to put spells on people or teach them how to do spells and how to do stage rituals to get people, you know, spellbound. I was getting, matter of fact, I even allowed one of the ladies to tell her truth and experience on one of my live shows. She was talking really, really fast. I don't know if I have any old school listeners. She was talking really, really fast. And I didn't really understand what she was saying. I allowed one of them to come on my show. Do you guys remember that? Yeah. Now, here's what I regret. Because that particular level of fame that I was on at that time, I was not used to and I wasn't ready for. I wasn't prepared for it. It just came, you know what I'm saying? It came so fast. And I wasn't prepared for it at all. I was ready to say, stop. It was just crazy. A storm. You know, that's when I was bringing home like 10,000 a month. You know, now I'm barely bringing on 100 a month. So I wasn't ready for that. And I wasn't in the right mind frame for it either. I wasn't thinking clearly. A lot of stories I probably weren't doing probably was true. But I was heavy into religion, so I was just brainwashed already. But I regret doing that to her for so many reasons. I just pray that these scary ass celebrities do not do the same, especially celebrities who are nowhere at these parties, such as, yes, this is the page I should have been showing while I was making that story. Sorry about that. I was focusing on what I was saying, trying to remember everything I was saying. So especially celebrities such as The Brat was there. The Brat was a lot of these parties. I'm not talking about the freak offs. I'm talking about the parties where Diddy or Jay-Z, whoever was doing all kinds of crazy shit. They witnessed stuff. The Brat was there. Little Kim was there. Mary J. Blige knows so much crap about freaking P. Diddy. She partaked in a lot of it, and she saw a lot of it. She can lynch him and seriously join freaking Cassie and making sure he never come out of jail. She know a lot of shit. So does Little Kim. Jermaine Dupri knows some stuff. He actually told about Biggie Smalls, who one time in the studio out of the blue took Little Kim and started choking her in front of everybody. It took a couple dudes to get him off of her because he used to beat her and choke her and stuff. Oh yeah, this is Biggie Smalls. He was taking after his coach Diddy when it comes to beating women. Yes, Biggie Smalls, who people idolize. And there's Usher, who also witnessed a lot of stuff, who said some things, but not details, but not really, you know. And you know who's another person who actually partaked in some of these things? I'm not sure about the beating or whatever, but he partaked in some of the sex. LL Cool J. Ladies love Cool James. Russell Simmons, and I did a video about LL, when he was a minor, used to send grown-ass women to, LL, to have you know what with him. He was a minor. He became a sex addict at a really young age. And that's a fact. Because of his experience, he won't even do this shit no more. He stopped after a while and he started doing movies, especially when he realized movies are a lot safer, a lot cleaner, and the money is steady. You know? But he saw and done some crazy shit too with Russell Simmons. He can bury Russell Simmons if he wants to, but he think he's gonna do it? Nope. And the list goes on. And then there's Diddy, best friends, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. Especially Jay-Z, who's been there since day one, who hasn't said shit, but underhandedly helping him with Alex Guerrero. And those are facts. Now, all of these celebs who saw a lot and said nothing are going to have to deal with karma for not speaking, because now they're enabling this behavior for years because they haven't said shit. Little Kim haven't muttered a word. Usher said a few things. Jermaine Dupri hasn't said shit. Mary J. Blige haven't said anything. And judging from Kim Porter's book, she partaked in some of these orgies. So she's a freak. And I ain't going to tell you one of the reasons why her ex-husband decided to leave her when he found out about all of these freak-offs that she was partaking in and her close relationship with Diddy. She's not going to tell you that shit. So then we have the brat, who don't even rap anymore, who is talented as hell. The girl is amazing. I love her rapping. I love him. He's a huge fan of the brat. So is Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim is major talented. I actually got her latest album. Listen to it all the time. Except for the nasty songs, I don't listen to all that. So I'm not trying to hear how she has sex with people. She needs to learn to talk about other stuff. No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All of these witnesses aren't, and there's more. But these are the primary ones right here who haven't said anything and know these victims are telling the truth, and they may be risking him coming out of jail because of their silence. Do they want to do that? I pray they get off their fucking asses and don't allow that to happen. So you know what? No, I can't be quiet anymore. Terrence Howard risked everything to be open about what happened. Terrence Howard, who is so intelligent, who risked everything and told the truth. Because he's not like these stupid puppets out here who's trying to save face. Don't you know by you keeping this a secret, you are inflicting bad karma on yourself and enabling his behavior. So you are no better than he is. Just want to point that out. And I'm out. Thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out. Oh, yeah. Y'all have any questions before I go? Yeah, those parties were crazy, Tanya. Been going on for years, girl. Going on for years. Yeah, they definitely need to get tested, Indra. Oh my gosh, but I'm out of here. Talk to you guys later. I need an intro video. I need to make an intro video. I'll do that another time.